All right. Welcome back, everybody, to Freaking Uncultured. This is the podcast channel where we kind of talk about pretty much whatever we want, and it seems like it's been revolving more around video games, but we're going to start changing it up a bit. As always, my name is Andy, and I'm joined by my good buddy Chandler. Chandler, how you been, man?
I'm here. It's been a while since we've done a official podcast episode, but I'm excited because it's spooky season time. So obviously you can see with the whole setup that we got going on here. So
Yep, no, we're diving into October. Actually, this will be our first episode of October. So we're going to start digging into some scary things. But I do want to say, first off, thank you guys for all your support. We've been getting a lot of new subscribers to the channel, which we're getting over that 35 barrier. Now we're inching our way to 40. You guys have blown up the Claire Obscure review, so thank you for that. And we've been doing the Let's Play for Silent Hill F, and I know Chandler's got some stuff in the works coming up here soon that I'm excited to see. So regardless, thank you guys for your support, and we hope you stick around and hang out with us. But kind of going into the next part, we're just going to dive into the topic. So like we said, it's the beginning of October. So you know what that means. It's one of the best holidays of the year. Halloween is right around the corner, guys.
The best holiday of the year. Don't know what you're talking about. One of the best.
It is one of the best. So, but Halloween is right around the corner, guys. It is spooky season and it is officially here. But we're going to talk about what are some of our favorite horror movies to watch this time of year. And we got some really cool picks. We got some stuff that hopefully you guys have already seen. Like, obviously there's some really popular ones and you should have seen them already. And we got a couple that I think be good recommendations for the people that haven't seen them. So unless you got anything else you want to dig into, Chandler, we're just going to dive right in.
I'm ready, man. You know I'm always ready to talk about some spooky movies.
Oh yeah, so we can never go wrong with spooky season for sure. So all right, so we're going to dive into the first one. This first one's my pick, and I'm going to say I think this is one that I feel like everybody has already seen. Like, this movie, when it came out, and this movie came out, what was it, 2007.
Yeah.
It took the world by storm because it was one of those, it wasn't done as well as it had been here, in my opinion.
I just remember the marketing for this one more than anything.
Oh yeah, no, they definitely marketed it very well.
Yeah.
But this is not, like, obviously, Handycam footage started with, like, Blair Witch and stuff like that. And as much as I do like the Blair Witch series, to me, this is the one I enjoyed more than anything. And this was the first Paranormal Activity. And I have my pros and cons with this, but one thing I really like about this style movie is your imagination is really kind of the worst thing in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I like that aspect of this. Like, how creepy your mind can get is how creepy this movie will get. So, I remember we actually got to see a private screening of this in Dallas, and it was super cool. We got a bunch of friends to go, and we left the theater. We were just, like, our jaws were on the floor. We were terrified. It's funny, at my old house, our bedroom had a really long hallway to it, and when you walk down that hallway, the floor underneath, I guess, was hollow or something like that, so it had that thud.
Yeah.
Thud. So every time someone was walking to the bedroom, if someone was laying in bed, you had the covers kind of pulled up over your face, like, oh, please don't be Toby. Please don't be Toby.
Yeah. No, this movie, so I mean, we've addressed it before. There's a fairly large age gap between you and I.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever this movie was coming out, I just remember seeing all of the commercials and everything, but specifically, because, 2007? I was in junior high, I think, in 2007, if I remember correctly.
Ugh.
But I remember being the weekend and staying up late on a Friday night after school to watch Adult Swim. And during Adult Swim, they would be showing trailers for this movie, and I just remember the trailer with the audience sitting in the movie theater, watching it, and they're all just leaned back, and they're all jumping and getting scared at the same time and everything, and I'm just sitting there on my bed, and I just want Futurama to come back on. where did Family Guy go? And I just remember sitting there and being like, this must be one of the scariest movies ever made.
Bender's scary now. What's going on?
Bender, no. But by the time I actually watched it, I think I watched it not too long after it came out on, for home releases. And it was whenever Netflix had officially moved from, being specifically just a DVD service where they mail it in, and they had just started doing their streaming stuff. And I remember they had Paranormal Activity on there, so I finally watched it. And my hopes were a little let down because, like, the trailers and the marketing were so good for this movie that I felt let down actually watching the movie. But then I went and watched it years later as an adult, and I was like, okay, this movie's actually really, really good.
No, this is one movie I like thoroughly enjoy. And the crazy thing about this is this movie did so insanely well because the budget was minuscule. Like, this was basically just somebody's house, and they paid these two actors for just like 2 nights. I think this whole movie was filmed in a weekend.
I can believe it.
And the camera was the biggest expense for the entire film, and I think the camera was like rented at like $1,500 or like $2,000 or something like that. But that was the biggest expense for the whole movie, and this movie just blew up and made millions because of it.
Here, I'm curious actually. Paranormal Activity cost to make. Paranormal Activity cost $15,000, which is a minuscule budget for movies.
I mean, especially when you think of movies like Avatar and shit like that, where they're...
Oh, I know. Believe it or not, it actually costed less than Blair Witch. Blair Witch cost $60,000.
That's crazy to me. And I mean,
yeah.
I guess because they had a bigger like crew and stuff like that for, Blair Witch. But yeah, there was nothing. There was no money spent on this film. And the amount of money... Can you pull up how much money this movie made?
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. So initially the budget was $15,000 for the film festival screenings in 2007. Then whenever Paramount acquired the rights to the film, they modified it with the new ending, changing it, adding... So it became 200,000, additional 200,000. So...
Okay. But I mean, the initial... initially it cost almost nothing to make, I guess.
15,000, yeah.
Yeah.
Much...
But I'm like, so let's say they spent $215,000, but I mean Paramount threw in that extra $200,000.
Yeah. So are you ready? So the worldwide box office total for Paranormal Activity, it approximately grossed $194 million.
Yeah. So
on a worldwide box office,
and they spent $200K.
Yeah, basically.
Like that's insane. They made so much money, and what's cool is they ran with this franchise. Now, for better or worse, there are some movies that are still really good, and then they made some of these that aren't as great in my opinion. And they also kind of switched directors between movies too, like they were alternating directors, which I think that was a factor as well. But it's super cool. Like Katie as a character, I really liked her. I love what they did with this, and obviously how they dug into the backstory of Toby, and obviously when the main character and her sister were little girls, and we started seeing their upbringing and like how their family were. I don't want to dig into the storyline too much. I don't want to give any spoilers, but like there was a lot of backstory of what happened to them when they were kids and stuff. So it's like they really expanded this universe, and it's a great series to watch in my opinion. Like I said, not all of the movies are just incredible, but they do have some really good jump scares, and I think there's a good overall story to watch. So
it definitely has its highs and lows. Like 1 through 3, I was telling you earlier, I think are great. 4 is the weakest one in my opinion. 4 is very rough. If you can't remember which one that is, that's the Xbox Connect one.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah. Like the reason I don't like that one is because I feel like they jumped on the hype of the Kinect.
Yeah. But then after 4, we had Marked Ones, which Marked Ones it's different, but it's good, especially the ending.
Yes.
Yeah, the way it all ties together, it's very different. And then what was the one after Marked Ones? It wasn't Ghost Dimension. It was which one was it? I'm pulling it up right now.
Yeah, because they did a few of them. I know.
No, okay, no, it was Ghost Dimension. Okay.
I do remember Ghost Dimension. I don't think I've seen Next to Kin. I don't think I've seen that one. I'd have to look it up, to be honest.
I didn't watch Next to Kin because I heard it does not relate anything to the other films.
Okay.
So,
but
I also remembered too with Paranormal Activity because obviously it's such a popular franchise. There's also been video game spin-offs as well, and I remember whenever we were all over at your old house.
Oh my god!
And you were playing the VR one. I don't remember what it's called for PlayStation.
Yeah, the VR.
And,
yes.
Yeah, and somebody screamed because they got scared, and you thought it was in the game, and you jumped like a foot in the air
because
they
were sitting right beside me. And she screamed at the top of her lungs, and oh my god, it got me so bad.
I don't even remember what she was screaming for.
I don't know.
It was hilarious.
We laughed for hours after that, though. I do remember that. But,
oh yeah.
Just to kind of wrap this section up, guys, like, if you have not seen Paranormal Activity, this is a found footage film of a couple who just move into a new house, and obviously the house has some possession aspects of it. They're being haunted, essentially, and the boyfriend is trying to record and capture all this, and it just spirals out of control. I can't stress this enough. This is one of my favorite horror movies. For as simple as it is, like, I really enjoy this one, so this would be my first one I would recommend. And unless you have anything else you want to cover, Chandler, I say we jump into your first one, because I think I think you hit a home run with your first one too, so.
Yeah, let's go ahead.
Cool. All right, we're going to jump into this one.
For my first choice, this one, it's immensely popular. If you haven't seen it, I would honestly be surprised if you have not seen any movie in this franchise. But the original one is still the best to this day, and that is Halloween. Halloween is fantastic, and the original 1978 John Carpenter one is just, it's so, so good. It really set the bar for what's words I'm trying to look for. It set the bar for, killers in movies, because this was before you had Jason. This was before you had Freddy. This is before you had Ghostface and Chucky and everything. This is the movie that set the bar for having unstoppable killers, and
it also set the bar for memorable as well.
Oh yeah.
When you see this, like, the character, like, oh god, it's we need to run. like when you see him, like, you just instantly get that fear and panic, and it's like you need to go.
Yeah, it's crazy too, especially because this movie didn't have a big budget either whenever it came out, and like even for Michael Myers mask, which is super, super iconic. It's a Captain Kirk mask.
Mm-hmm.
And they just made a lot of alterations to it, painted it white and everything. But it's such an iconic mask at this point in time that, it's become its own thing. And that's funny to me, being spun off basically, for something that started as a mask from Star Trek. Like, it's crazy to me.
And then obviously, like, we've got Jamie Lee Curtis in here. Like,
yep.
I mean, you've got some incredible actors. You got some phenomenal stories. Like, this was, I can't even imagine, like, watching this in '78 and just like, this was pinnacle horror. Like, we didn't have a lot of things like this, and I mean,
no.
we had. Movies like this, and movies like Jaws, and, Friday the 13th, and stuff like that. It was, like, very tangible horror. It felt like something that was, like, it seems like it could actually happen, like it's real.
See, and that's the thing, too, is, like, because I've talked to a lot of people whenever, we talk about some of our favorite killers in horror movies, and everybody always, picks Jason, or they pick Freddy and everything, and nothing wrong with them, they're good characters and everything, but what makes Michael Myers, terrifying is, and I mean, at least in the earlier movies, is that he's just another guy.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what makes them terrifying. I mean, obviously, if you go down the rabbit hole with the rest of the movies, they really start to take influence from other franchises. But if you just watch this one in isolation, though, it is absolutely terrifying because there's nothing special about him. There's nothing crazy about him. He's just a person,
But I mean,
and nothing more.
without digging too much into it, though, like there's a lot of reason for what he's doing and all that stuff. But there's a huge amount of backstory and lore. I mean, hell, even if you played the Halloween video game, the 1v4 horror game that they released.
Well, that's not out yet.
No, not the one they released.
What are you talking about?
It came out years ago.
They did a Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. I'm getting that mixed up then.
They're working on a Halloween
Yes,
one.
they're doing the Halloween one. No, because I was thinking because they dug into the backstory on that one too. So yeah, but no, like there's a lot of backstory on what's going on with Michael Myers and stuff like that.
Yeah, and depending on which one you watch and everything like that too, which iteration, and this will actually be a little perfect segue for you too, especially if you watch the Rob Zombie adaptations of Halloween. The Rob Zombie's adaptations of Halloween definitely dig more into Michael as a character than the other entries do.
I mean, hell, we saw him as a kid in those iterations, so...
Yeah, like the first Rob Zombie Halloween one, the first 30 minutes are, of Michael as a kid, so...
And they're actually really good versions of, like, Rob Zombie did a fantastic job on those, in my opinion. Like, I really like them.
The first one, yes. I don't think so on the second one, but we won't dig into that. But in my opinion, the first one, the original one, is still the best, though.
Yeah, no, I mean, again, like, it's really hard to beat some of these classics, man, so...
Yeah.
But, I mean, unless you have anything else, I mean, you kind of segued into my next one. Like, do you want to...
Yep, I sure did. So, I mean, unless you got anything else you want to talk about on Halloween, but...
No, I mean...
there's not much to be said. It is what it is. It's iconic. Like...
This is a classic when it comes to horror movies. Like, anytime you go into, like, a costume store for Halloween, like Spirit or something like that, like, you see, the skin, or the costumes for these characters. Yeah, the skin. the costume for these characters and stuff, because they're iconic. Like, they've been around for so many years. Everybody knows who they are. You're not gonna go wrong with a classic like Halloween.
No, absolutely not. And it's one that I recommend everybody out there to watch if you haven't already. Like I said, I'd be shocked if you haven't.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, if you haven't, this would be a good one to start this October with. So.
Absolutely.
But going into the next one, so this one, kind of like we alluded, this is actually a Rob Zombie movie, and this one is not for the faint of heart. This one is about as bloody, gory, visceral as it can get, so be forewarned, there may be some stuff on the screen. But yeah, this is House of a Thousand Corpses. Was this his filming debut? Was this his first movie?
I think so, if I remember correctly, yes.
Because I remember, obviously, he was, with White Zombie and Rob Zombie and did the music career and stuff, and I know he wanted to get into film, and I think this was his first, but I could be wrong there. But this is like the traditional, kids get lost in the middle of nowhere, the car breaks down, and they end up at probably the worst place they could imagine, and they find some of the craziest people I think that, we've seen on screen. Like these guys are out there.
It was his first movie, by the way.
Okay. But I remember seeing this. This came out in 2002. Holy cow. But, oh man, this movie is it's so good. It is one of those over-the-top torture kind of movies. Like, it's intense. It does try and get under your skin. It is hard to watch in certain aspects, but if you want something that's really going to put you to your limits, this is one I do recommend. Now, I can't remember. You said you have seen this, or it's been forever since you've seen it?
So on this one, I remember starting it, but then I had to go do something, and I never got back around to finishing it. So, it's one that I hardly remember.
Okay.
because I also didn't watch the entire thing. So it's one that I've wanted to go and watch, since, but it's just one that I never got back around to.
Yeah. So this, I mean, if that's the case, this is one I would recommend you watch this October if you get a chance to sit down and watch it. But yeah, like we've got some of the biggest iconic characters now, like Captain Spaulding, played by Sid Haig. Bill Moseley, we got to meet him at Frightmare one year. He's a super cool guy.
Yeah.
Obviously, Sherry Moon Zombie, Rob Zombie's wife, is in the movie as well. So a lot of big names in here. Rob Zombie directed, and of course he's gonna make sure he goes as over the top as he can. And then there's also some big actors in here as well. Chris Hardwick, who we've seen do like Talking Dead stuff. And then I'm drawing a blank on his name. The guy that played Dwight from The Office.
Yeah, Rainn Wilson.
Yeah, he's in there too. So
Yeah.
a lot of big names in here. And man, I just watching the trailer makes me want to watch this movie again. So this will probably be one we catch this Halloween again.
Why does the police officer look so familiar? Who is that?
That's Sid Haig.
Is that Sid Haig?
Yeah.
Okay. Because, like, why does he look so familiar to me? Because, like, I told
pretty
you I
sure
haven't
it's Sid
seen all
Haig.
of this movie. Hold on. A House of 1,000 Corpses.
Maybe that.
Cast.
No. Sid. Okay, that's not Sid Haig. Hold on.
It's Walter Goggins. That's
There
why
you go.
he looks so familiar.
I was thinking of the other officer. Because
Okay,
there's an officer when he's holding up a picture. And
Yeah.
I thought you were talking him, so.
No, I was talking about Walter Goggins,
Yes.
which, I mean, he's in a lot of stuff. He's in Tarantino films.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
Most recently, he is in the Fallout series on Amazon, so
That's one I do want to watch. I need to check that out.
apparently it's pretty good. But
That's what I've heard, so. But
yeah, I
alright.
was like, I just kept seeing him. I was like, who is that?
Yeah. Alright, I'm just gonna keep watching this trailer, man. So I'm gonna skip on to the next one unless you got anything else you want to cover here.
I need to watch it. So.
There you go. Alright, well,
Yep.
if that's the case, we're gonna go on to your next one then.
So this next one, actually, I picked it not because it's like one of the best ones ever or anything like that, but mainly because it holds a special place in my heart. Because this is one that I used to watch yearly with my dad, and my sister used to watch it with us too. And she was never big into scary stuff, so it was always special whenever she would watch one with us too. And this is 1408, which is actually an adaptation. Film adaptation of a Stephen King short story of the same name from his collection called Everything's Eventual. And I mean, granted, like I said, it's a film based off of a short story, and if you read that short story, which I have, there's not a lot of meat in it to really make a movie out of it. But they did a fantastic job. This movie stands on its own 2 feet. You would not even need to read the story for a comparison because, like I said, the story in the book is so bare bones. This fleshes it out into a fully realized idea and a fully realized story in general. And it is just, it's so good. It's a nice slow burn. Basically, the whole premise is John Cusack's character, I don't remember his name, he's a paranormal investigator. He does not believe in the paranormal. So basically he goes around and he writes books about the paranormal places that he's been to, though, because he makes money off of it, although he doesn't believe any of it is real until he gets told to go to room 1408 at the Dolphin Hotel, though, and he begins to have his beliefs tested. So,
God, it's been forever since I've seen this movie. Like I said, I don't know. I feel like I've seen this movie. Like, I remember a lot of this stuff, but I can't remember if I've seen the whole thing just, like, in one sitting or if it was just in passing. This might be one I have to check out this Halloween, this October.
I always recommend this one, man. It's so good, and like, I mean, you're seeing everybody that's in it. It's got John Cusack in it, and I like John Cusack.
Same.
He's a good actor. Samuel L. Jackson is in it, so it already has 2 big names right there, and it's so good, man. It's so good.
No, I'm a big John Cusack fan. I like a lot of his older movies. I mean, he hasn't done anything in years, but I like a lot of his older stuff. So
One of my this has nothing to do with 1408, but it has to do with John Cusack. One of my favorites is Better Off Dead.
Yep.
Yeah.
High Fidelity is one of my favorites of his.
High Fidelity.
I love that movie. That's such a good movie.
So you don't think you've seen this one all the way through, though?
I recognize a lot of this. I remember the aspect of, him being a writer, going to 1408, and all the crazy shit happening in the hotel room. I just don't remember if I've seen it in, like, one sitting, just, like, watched all of it. Like, it's been forever. I mean, this was 2007 as well, so.
Yeah. Also, you said this man hasn't been in anything lately. This man has had a movie come out this year.
What did he come out? What came out?
Fog of War.
Okay.
And then also Detective Chinatown 1900.
Well, I guess I'm mistaken. He's just dropping movies left and right now.
Yeah, they just look to be smaller,
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot he was in Hot Tub Time Machine. I completely forgot about that.
That's one I've actually never seen.
You haven't seen Hot Tub Time Machine?
I've never seen it.
You're not missing much. It's not great, but it's fun.
No, I haven't seen it. But no, I like his older stuff. Better Off Dead's hilarious.
I love Better Off Dead.
High Fidelity is one of my favorites. So yeah, I like John Cusack.
Yeah, this is one I think that you should add to your watch list this year for you and your wife to watch this year.
That'll be one we check out. I know she's seen it. She's definitely watched this one. So.
Because yeah, so if you watch this one, I'll definitely watch House of a Thousand Corpses. I've actually been meaning. Because I like to, whenever when October hits, last year I tried to watch a horror movie a day.
Yeah.
And so I want to do something similar this year. So I need to start putting together a list for a horror movie a day to watch this year. So, and I try to watch new stuff I haven't seen before, or stuff I haven't seen in a very long time.
Well, conveniently enough, we're giving you a list for your first 6 days right here.
But I've seen some of these numerous times. Though.
But I mean, you watch stuff that you've already seen before. You're just trying to add new stuff. So
I know. So
you can do a mixture of both.
Okay, fair enough.
But all right,
I'm sorry if I upset you.
I'm just trying to make it easy for you, so you have 6 days worth of movies you can fall back on.
Okay, fair enough.
But going into that, we're gonna go into my next one, and this is one I know you've seen.
Yep.
It's been forever since you've seen it because we were talking about it earlier.
Been so long since I've seen this movie.
But man, this was so kind of. I'm gonna play the trailer, but I'm gonna kind of dig into a little backstory for us. My wife and I, we used to go to rent movies at like Hollywood Video every Halloween, and they would always have a horror section, but they would always do these After Dark horror films or 13 Films to Die For, and just like different sets. And we would always just grab as many as we could, and we'd rent them and just go home and watch all these different horror movies. And I don't think this was a part of one of those series, but this is one of those movies we found during that time. And this is called Session 9. And this has become kind of like one of our favorite horror movies of all time. And what's great about this one is it's not a over-the-top gory movie like House of a Thousand Corpses. It's not one of those movies like Paranormal Activity where your imagination is going to be the biggest enemy to you. There is a direct story here, and it is a great story. And it's just one that anytime it comes on or anytime we can, when it's Halloween or October, we do like to watch this one. This is definitely kind of a staple for us. And the fun fact for us is this is actually this was filmed in Danvers. It was a mental institution up in, I think it's New Hampshire, if I remember correctly.
I think you're correct.
But what's neat is Danvers actually still exists today. My wife and I went there, and I find it hilarious. It's an apartment complex now. But it's a...
Really?
It's an apartment complex. Like, you can rent an apartment there. But it is a former mental institution. And it's also the building that Arkham Asylum is based off of.
I knew that.
I think that's super cool. Like, this one building has tons of history. It's a beautiful building, beautiful set of architecture out there. But, I find it, I don't know if I'd want to live here. Like, personally. Like, that's a tall order. It'd be cool, But I know this building's had multiple fires just kind of happen out of nowhere, and they don't know why the fires started.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a couple questions I have.
Nah, it'll be all right.
Yeah, it should be fine. I'm sure it's only twice. It wouldn't happen a third time.
It's just, I don't know. They say third time's the charm. So, like, it's just your local ghost arsonist.
Yeah. But no, this is, so the plot of the movie is these guys get hired to kind of fumigate and clean out the mental institution. Obviously, the institution's closed. They're there to clean and kind of get a lot of the asbestos and all that stuff out of the building. But while doing that, the cleaning crew start seeing some very unexplained things. They see some stuff left over from the mental institution. They start finding, you know, tools like lobotomy picks and all these different things, and they start seeing finding recordings and videos of things they were doing in the institution, and it just starts to spiral out of control, and a lot of crazy things start to happen. And I don't know what to say without giving too much away. This is one I would say throw on your list. This is one I don't think a lot of people have seen, and I think it's one that I think we need to get. I want to get the word out for this one because this is a fantastic movie.
I was just, you're naming everything, like some of the stuff they come across and everything, and then in my mind I was just like, and then they come across Zach Bagans.
His barbecue.
Who didn't believe in ghosts until one stole his Creed CD. Now he can no longer get hired.
That's session 10.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Session 10 starring Zach Bagans. I never believed in ghosts until I saw one making out with my mom.
Until one stole my MP3 player.
Until one stole my MP3 player. I had so much Hootie and the Blowfish on.
But, getting back to this is one I do recommend. I know you've seen this one. Again, it's been forever, and you don't remember a lot of it, but this would be one I would say throw on that list as well, so...
Yeah, like I was telling you earlier, the thing I remember about this one is the ending. And it's because the ending is... It is pretty crazy. You know, this movie will take you for a wild ride, and just kind of throws you in all different directions, you know, and like Andy said, it's a slow burn.
Yes.
It's not anything that's in your face, and it's not trying to what's the word it's not like a jump scare fest movie.
It's not going to keep you on the edge of your seat because of anxiety or like jump scares or anything.
Yeah, no.
You're curious what's going to happen.
Yeah, and honestly, it's one that I've been wanting to watch again just because of the ending. The ending is what has stuck out in my mind all these years later as a movie that I haven't watched in 10 plus years, but I still remember how this movie ends. And honestly, in my opinion, how you end a film, whether it's a horror film or anything else, the way you start and end your film is the most important parts of your movie. So...
No, I agree. This is one that has stuck with me and my wife. There's definitely ties outside of the movie. Like we went to Danvers and saw the building, and like we have those ties, and that's definitely a for us thing. But this is just a movie that is like anytime it comes on during October, or when we can watch it, or if we find the DVD, and it's like, all right, we need to watch this. Like it's out. Let's start watching it. Like this is one we always enjoy, and. Again, it's not in your face, but it is one that even though we know the story, I have no qualms watching this over and over. I thoroughly enjoy this one, so.
Man, something you mentioned, though, that makes me really sad that you don't see anymore is, you know, like you were saying, Hollywood Video, and they have, like, 13 films to die for and stuff like that. I miss that thing, you know, because that's also how you could find new movies and find good movies you may have never known about.
Oh, yeah.
So I really miss stuff like that.
I think the 13 films to die for was it a Shudder thing? I wouldn't tell anybody about that. I think that was like Shudder or like a streaming service thing, because Hollywood Video did like the After Dark Horror Fest. Those were the ones we watched, and basically what they would do is After Dark Horror Fest would release like 8 or 9 movies, and they were all like B movies, like they weren't, you know, AAA titles by any means.
I'm on Shudder right now because I'm looking. I'm trying to see if they have anything right now. I mean, they don't really have anything too crazy. Right on their top thing on their list is season of Screams, but it looks like a bunch of their newer films, so it looks like it's just, you know, plugging for that.
Yeah.
But then again, also we're still in September, so they may put something up later.
We are not in September. It's the beginning of October, Chandler. Remember
I'm
that.
sorry. I'm
destroy the illusion.
Sorry. I'm sorry, but I'm looking at it right now, and Shudder says serial killer September. So.
When they're watching this, it's October, so it's gonna be October. Don't lie to them.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm terribly, terribly sorry for lying to all of you people out there, especially our new viewers. Please don't unsubscribe.
You should be.
It's October. It is October. I'm so sorry. Andy has successfully gaslit me to believe it's October.
All right, on to the next one.
We're just going to skim over the fact that you're gaslighting people today.
All right, go ahead and start your next one.
So it's funny you mentioned Shudder, because that's a good segue, because this is actually a Shudder original. You can watch it on other streaming services as well, though. I think it's on Hulu as well. This one came out in 2023, so it's a newer one, but it's one that I definitely wanted to add to this list because I watched it for the first time last year, so in 2024, and I was just blown away by how good this movie is. So this is When Evil Lurks. And it's a foreign film. I don't remember where it takes place or anything like that. I need to look it up. Hopefully they're blurring that scene out. I don't think they need to blur that. I don't remember. Well, we'll run with it.
If we need to blur it out, we can.
Yeah, I did a lot of blurring in our comedy one. Hold on. When Evil Lurks... filming... Argentina. Okay, I thought it was Argentinian. I just wasn't 100% sure, so I wanted to double check. But this movie, dude, I've been recommending this movie to you since I have watched it. I still don't think you've watched it, and that really disappoints me. This one is just, it is wild, man. It really just threw me through it whenever I watched it and pulled me in. But the whole premise is it's about these two brothers that are trying to save their family because the world they live in is plagued by possession. And so basically what it is these possessions are kind of treated like a disease. And so it's something that once the movie starts and it opens up and everything, it's just another day for them whenever they see something like this, you know, or they come across somebody who is possessed. It's not anything new. It's not anything different. It's just another day in their life. And some of the stuff that happens is absolutely insane. And this movie is also memorable for me, too, for having a jump scare that actually got me. And if you've seen this movie, you know exactly what I am talking about, because it's if you look up this movie, everybody talks about that jump scare. But this movie is wild, man. I can't recommend it enough. It is one, though, that I will have to say, because as opposed to Andy's Session 9 pick, this one is bloody, it is gory, as you can kind of see from this trailer, and this is just a small bit of it. It actually gets a lot more graphic than this. So if you are squeamish to that kind of stuff, this is definitely one I would recommend you skip then, but if you have the stomach for this kind of thing, do not skip out on this movie, because, oh my gosh, it's so good.
Okay. Now, this is one I'll actually mention to my wife when she gets home, and if anything, we may watch it tonight. Like, we will grab some.
Man, please do. It's so good. It is so good. Yeah. I'm thinking about watching it again this year and adding it to my yearly watch for Halloween movies because of how much I enjoyed it and how good it is.
Okay. I mean, I do know you've talked highly of this movie. I remember when you watched it last year and you were telling me about it, so... The trailer doesn't give a whole lot to go on, though. That's what I'm surprised about, but I'm also like, that may be a good thing, so...
And apparently, this guy, the director of this movie, I don't, what's his name? I'm trying to remember. It's like Damien or Demian, I guess it's pronounced. I'm not sure. But he has other movies as well, and he did them with Shudder. And there's one that he did that is a Shudder original that I also see get brought up a lot that I think I'm going to actually watch this year. It's called Terrified, and it came out in 2017. It's the movie he did before When Evil Lurks.
Okay.
And I hear a lot of good things about this one as well, so I think I'm going to have to add that to my list this year of movies to watch, especially after he proved to me that he knows what he's doing with When Evil Lurks. So
Okay. Well, there's a good few options. Man, there's so many good movies to recommend though. That's this list wasn't terribly tough. Like we have a good amount of recommendations to make, but it's one of those like there's so many good horror movies to recommend. Like I was like for example, Late Night with the Devil. That was one I wanted to throw on here.
Oh, I thought about it too because that's a really good one too. Another good Shutter one. I'm going to say this too. If you people out there are like me and Andy, and you can watch a horror movie any day of the week, not just specifically October, a subscription to Shudder is absolutely worth it, in my opinion. I know you've kind of gone back and forth on it personally.
We have it. We have it.
Oh, you have it now? Okay. Because I know at one point you did, and then you got rid of it or something like that. But absolutely worth it, especially for their originals. They have been pumping them out, and they are extremely good. Don't get me wrong. They do have some that are not good, but I mean, that's just any genre of movie, and you're going to have bad ones and you're going to have good ones. It's just something that happens. So
that's pretty much just everything. Every type of movie, there's going to be good and bad. Like Shudder, again, like you said, they've got some really good originals. Like we signed up for Shudder because we wanted to watch the VHS series again. Another great franchise. Like I can't believe we overlooked, but another found footage franchise.
Did you see the trailer for the new one?
I was gonna say that was the other thing too. Like they have the new VHS Halloween coming out, which I don't know. The last few haven't really blown me away. Like to be honest, the first VHS was incredible. Like I loved it. The second one I enjoyed. I really liked it. But after that, they've kind of gone a little downhill. We watched the one last year. Was
it Beyond?
I think so.
Okay.
Had a couple good skits in it. There was one that had Alana Pierce in it. She was like a former IGN panelist. Like she does video game stuff, but she actually had her own scene in it. It was actually pretty cool.
See, I've only seen the first, the second, and 94.
Yep, because they've done a bunch of them. So
yeah, 94 has been my personal favorite though out of them, but that's because of just one skit in particular, and it was the Ratma skit. Where the news anchor and her film crew go into the sewers because I loved that skit. that one was a lot of fun.
Yeah. But there's honestly that makes me think of Record, that movie Record, REC.
Oh, like Rec, REC. Yeah. Oh, I watched that for the first time last year. And you know me, I am so picky on my found footage films because there's a lot of dog tier ones out there. But Rec or Record, however you want to call it, though, or whatever you want to call it, fantastic. Oh, it's so good. It was so good.
So we found that was one of the After Dark movies that we saw like years ago, if I remember correctly. Like that was one of those types of movies we found. But I remember it being foreign. Like it is foreign. Well, I remember seeing the foreign one, and then they made it over here.
Yes.
So yeah, like we love that one. Like I said, I mean, we could talk horror movies for hours, man. Like this is what we do. Hell, we've been doing it for almost 45 minutes already. So
really, okay, it went by fast. So because man, and there's like you said, there's so many other good ones we could have thrown in here too. I thought about throwing Trick or Treat in here also. So.
Yeah. Oh, all right. Yeah. So let's end on this note. I think this would be a fun one to end on. And you already know my answer. The moment I ask you this question, you're already going to know my answer. What is your least favorite horror movie?
My least favorite?
Yeah. What would be one you would recommend against?
Like as a bad movie or like
if someone came up to you and was like, "Hey, would you watch this movie?" You would be like, "No."
That's awful. That's such a hard question because, like, you know me, I'm not a big fan of The Shining because the book is better, but
Hmm.
I'm also not going to dash the movie because the movie's good in its own right, and I could never not recommend somebody to watch it just because
Yeah.
on its own it's still good.
It's a good
Um,
movie. Like in all fairness, like
yeah,
I think they've done research into saying like it's the perfect like movie. Like
yeah.
I don't know the details on that. I remember reading an article, but like I like The Shining as a movie. Like it is a good horror movie. I know you
Here,
like
while
the
I'm
book
think,
better.
yeah, yeah. While I'm thinking, you go ahead and do yours while I'm
Well,
thinking on
you
mine.
already know my answer, and this may
Yeah.
piss a lot of people off, but to be honest, I don't care. But uh I would be the one to recommend against Skinamarink. Like
Yeah.
my wife and I, one Halloween, this was actually Halloween night. We just turned the lights out, watched some movies, and that was one of the movies that I was recommended this movie by everybody because it was the most terrifying movie ever, and it was, it was definitely one to watch, and blah blah blah, this that and the other, and we watched it. And the first 10, 15, 20 minutes of watching it, we both just look at each other and like, what the fuck are we watching? What is this?
Yeah,
Because
I
there's
mm,
not, the camera's never focused on one thing. The entirety of the movie, it's never focused on one thing is what it feels like. You're either seeing the back of somebody's shoulder in the bottom corner of the frame, or you see someone's feet just run by, or you see a TV off in a corner, but there's nothing else going on in the shot. And it's like, I don't feel like, what's going on? What am I watching here? Like there's no direct characters. There's no real things going on. And we sat there like, are we watching is this the movie? Did we get pranked? What's going on here? And it fell so flat on its face in my opinion. I was so disappointed with that, and I wanted it to be scary. I love the artistic design that they went with. Like I think that stuff's neat, but there was nothing there. And I will give credit. I read some stuff online about possible kind of lore backstory, and I think that's neat. And I'm not going to dig into it here because it is very spoiler heavy. But I thought that could be neat, but I didn't see any of that in the movie, so I was personally very disappointed with Skinamarink.
See, before I go into mine, then just to touch on Skinamarink, because I'm in the same boat as you. I don't get it. I really don't. I don't understand why people are so scared of it. As an
Yes,
art project, it's good. You know, as a thought project, it's good, especially like the lore and everything, like you were talking about. That stuff's interesting. Why wasn't it in the movie though?
exactly. Like as something to watch for an hour and a half.
Yeah,
I was really let down. There was one scene in that entire movie that I was like,
I
"Oh
already know
my
what you're
god,
talking about.
this
Yeah.
is going to be super cool." And it's one of those old telephones from back in the day that had the eyes on the front. It was like a kid's toy. And
Hmm.
the screen's entirely black, and you can barely make out the eyes in the distance, and they're just sitting there. And the camera keeps slowly kind of panning into it, and then nothing. That's it.
Yep.
Not a sound. The toy doesn't go off. Nobody jump scared. Nothing. It's like, what the hell am I watching? What's going on? So
Yeah. I don't
I
know.
know people love it. I'm sorry, but I don't get it. I didn't care for it. It was I think we paid $2 to watch it, and I still feel like I didn't get my money's worth out of it.
Well, I watched it on my Shutter subscription, so I feel like I didn't lose anything of value because I've already gotten great mileage out of Shutter as a whole. So,
Yeah, but you lost
but
a good hour and
yeah,
a half of your
I
time.
lost. Yeah, I lost a good hour and a half of my time. Uh, but to get into what my one that I would say to steer clear of, and oh, man, that's such a hard question because like even the bad horror movies, most of the time there's a good reason to still watch them.
Yeah,
Like they have, something good in it that's worth watching it for the whole thing, or they're so bad they're funny and they're worth watching in that aspect and in that regard. And so I think that for me to have to choose one, I think I have to choose one that came out. It's also a Shutter original. It came out, probably back in 2019 or something like that. So I think it was one of their first produced movies that they did and everything. It's called Z. just the letter Z, okay?
Okay.
And the whole premise is it's this mother and her son, and he has an imaginary friend named Z, and Z is telling him to do bad things, like hurt other kids in school, all of this other stuff, And uh what really sucks is the build up at the beginning and everything. They did such a good job building it up, and there's a lot of little scenes that were filmed really, really well that I enjoyed. One in particular, on whenever he's playing on this playground, that scene was great. The playground scene was awesome. But at some point in time, I think they just didn't know how they wanted to end it. And so about halfway through the movie, it really starts to fly off the rails and just
Okay.
spiral out of control. I'm not even going to lie. The ending by all accounts is a sad ending. But if this was an ending in any other movie, it would have been a sad ending. I laughed. I just laughed because it was so ridiculous. It was so obnoxious, man. Like, it was just so goofy that I couldn't help but to just sit there and laugh. And that's the thing though, is it's also, like I said, there's some that are bad out there that are so bad that they're funny, that are worth watching.
Yeah.
But it was like, for me, the laugh that I had when watching the end of Z was a laugh of disbelief that this was a movie. And I'm not trying to I'm not trying to crap on, anybody's crap in their Cheerios or anything like that. And I'm not trying to discredit the director and the writer for Z or anything like that. You had a good idea. You had a lot of good moments in it too. And there could have been stuff that happened behind the scene that I'm not aware of between, production and all of this stuff that could have caused it to become what it was. But as it stands, it's not a movie that I could recommend for anybody to watch, honestly.
Yeah, no, this isn't us trying to talk bad about the directors or the cast or anything like that. Like, we haven't made a full-length horror film yet.
Yeah.
We haven't done anything like that. We know there's a ton of work and effort that goes into that stuff. Like, these are movies that didn't reside with us. These just weren't for us. This is something that personally I wouldn't recommend. One of the people I work with, she's a big horror fanatic too, and she was all about Skinamarink. Like, she's the one, she actually recommended Late Night with the Devil, she's recommended Longlegs, she's recommended a bunch of stuff to me. But
is it who I'm thinking of?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And she recommended all sorts. She recommended Skinamarink, and I was just like, I don't get it. And I even talked to one of my other best friends and mentioned it, and he was like, that is the most terrifying movie I've ever seen in my life. And I was like, how? And he was talking about how he was scared of, like, if his kids were in the house and stuff like that. And I'm just like, that's not how any of this played out. Like, I don't.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't know. For me, it just didn't reside with me. Kind of like how Z didn't reside with you. But no, this isn't an attack on anyone's hard work or anything like that. You guys, you are where you are for a reason. Like, don't.
Yeah.
We're just two random people out here talking our opinions. So.
Yeah, I just remember watching Skinamarink, and I texted you, and I was like, I don't get it. and you were like, okay, I'll have to watch it. And then you watched it, and you texted me, and you were like, I didn't like this movie.
I was so let down with that. I was expect because the trailer.
Yeah.
That's another one where the trailer looks intense.
Oh yeah.
But
absolutely.
That's the thing, is like, once you watch it, it's like, what the hell? And that's also, like, I don't like this. I know I'm kind of going on a tangent a little bit. That was one of those movies where it's like, oh, hey, you should watch the director's YouTube video before you watch Skinamarink. There's a YouTube video, and it's like a short movie, and it's supposed to set up what Skinamarink is.
What? Did I not watch this correctly, and that's why I didn't like it? Hold on.
I mean, the YouTube video is the same.
Oh, it is? It's the same thing?
Well, it's not the same. It's the same style and all that stuff.
But does it actually, like, add anything to...
I didn't watch it. I saw a little bit of it, and I was like, I just watched an hour and a half of this. I'm good.
Fair enough.
So I don't know. I don't like how they're doing that. Like I like guerrilla marketing and stuff like that. I like how they do clever stuff. Like for example, Cloverfield had one of the best marketing campaigns I remember, and my wife and I were obsessed with that for a bit. But like I don't like this whole, oh well, if you want to watch my new movie, you should go to my YouTube channel and watch a movie I made 15 plus years ago. It'll set this
Yeah.
up, and it's like, no, that just seems like you're just trying to promote your old stuff now. So
Yeah, speaking of good marketing campaigns, shout out to Weapons of this year.
oh
Like,
yeah.
yeah, which I'm just going to say, movie was definitely overrated. Was it a good movie? Yes, but your marketing campaign was genius. I'm just saying that the marketing campaign for Weapons was awesome. But
That is one I still need to watch too. So,
yeah. All
but
right, take us out before we get too more off track.
I was gonna say, so that is gonna wrap it up for us, guys. These are some of the best Halloween movies we can recommend to you for this October. So now it's on to you. You guys need to go out and start watching this stuff. And then if you do, let us know what you think. Did you like it? Did you hate it? Did it scare you? Do you hate us now because we recommended this to you? Whatever. Let us know what you thought in the comments down below. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. We're going to try and upload every Friday at noon, but more importantly, we got a lot of other stuff in the works. You still have a Silent Hill F. Sorry, Mike. You have a Silent Hill F playthrough, I guess. A whole Let's Play to watch. I've got 4 episodes up right now, and I've probably got a few more in the works. Chandler's got some secret projects. I'm not going to give away anything. You got some secret projects in the works, but more importantly, we got a lot of reviews coming, guys. This is that time of year where all the big games have come out. Silent Hill, Chronos, we got Ghost of Yotai coming up here soon. We got a lot of stuff in the works, so we got a lot of reviews coming your way. So don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and be sure to check back. And as always, guys, thank you for watching. Don't forget to keep it uncultured. We'll see you next time.
Adios.